Until my last updates on my dividend portfolio till October, I had the Realty Income already as my largest position in my dividend portfolio, with half of it that you guys are seeing in the screen. I just more than doubled the position in these last few days. And in this video, I explain you guys how this move happened and why. So in today's videos, I will talk about why I sold all my Chinese stocks and bought Realty Income, why I even had the Chinese stocks, the total cash directed to my dividend portfolio this month of November. I'll talk about my Realty Income previous position income, update Realty Income monthly annual income after this move, and my next moves on my portfolio. Okay, so without no more delay, let's start. So why I even had Chinese stocks, just to start the conversation. So I share with you guys here my dividend portfolio, but I have a few positions that doesn't pay dividend at all that I don't like bringing the channel here because they're not my focus, and I just have those positions that don't pay dividend because I bought them a while ago when I wasn't a dividend investor. I didn't have the goal to retire with dividend stocks. So this is quite recent goal for me that I start in 2023. So I have those legacy stocks, if I can say. And the only reason I still had these stocks, these Chinese stocks, and I have other few stocks that doesn't pay dividend as well, I just still have them with me because they've been big losses since I bought them. And I was waiting for those stocks to catch up in price because eventually the economy will get better and those stocks that were being hammered, they will recover. So eventually they would recover and I would sell them to buy dividend stocks because that's my goal, retire as early as possible with dividend stocks, and I will maximize the most as possible. So to maximize this, I can't afford to have stocks that doesn't even pay dividend. Doesn't make sense for my current goal. That's personal, my current goal. I decided to then sell these Chinese stocks to buy Realty Income because I wanted to make Realty Income my largest position in my portfolio, and I believe that's a current moment that we won't see quite often. And if you see historically, this is an awesome time to buy stocks such as Realty Income that's so reliable and is still offering a great price at the moment, offering great dividend, a great traffic record, and also an upside. When the market go up again, Realty Income, I believe that will have a great upside in price value as well. So instead of being sitting on my Chinese stocks that doesn't pay dividend, I'll just to give it, this ticker could be weird for some people, but this is Tencent, Alibaba, Baidu, JD.com, and Meituan. JD.com and Meituan came as a spin-off from Tencent, so I didn't buy them, but they are here as spin-offs. The Tencent gave me some distribution, so who is following the channel probably saw Tencent in my dividend portfolio, because sometimes they give some distribution, and so I added it as part of the dividend portfolio. But they're not the dividend stocks. It was very minimal distribution they were giving, so it's not worth for me to have in my portfolio. So instead of being sitting on those Chinese stocks till they recover, so I could sell and then eventually buy dividend stocks, probably when they recover, it's very possible that the dividend stocks that I'm very interested to buy now with a very discounted price, they would probably go up as well. So instead of being sitting on those Chinese stocks without getting paid, I prefer to buy dividend stocks as good as Realty Income to then be sitting on these dividend stocks, get paid dividends, and also when the market go back to its highs, let's say, or just recover, I will again get some money out of that as well. So I decided to sell those Chinese stocks even though they're in big losses. Tencent down over 30%, Alibaba down over 50%, and Baidu down over 30%. A total loss a total loss of 2,200, over 2,200, around 40% loss there in all the total value of those stocks. And that's why I even had Chinese stocks, because my goal before, when I bought these stocks back there in 2021, is because at the time I considered that they have some good value. Then they fall way more, but at the time my goal was buy these stocks even though they were high risk, but they also would offer a high reward. That's my strategy at the time. And after I discovered dividend stocks, dividend investing, that was what a strategy that fit more my goal. I was way more interested in generate cash flow every quarter, every month, so I could retire early. This was way more appealing for me than just invest in high risk stocks and wait for decades to become a lot of money, and with way more uncertainty. So dividend investing, when I discovered this strategy, was touching my heart, and I could see that was what I was looking for. That's what I was actually wanted for myself, for my future: retire early and as early as possible. So about total cash direct to my dividend portfolio this month of November, selling all these Chinese stocks brought to my portfolio around $3,000, but I also added around $2,000 as the money that I put towards investing every month. My goal is my goal for 2023 was to add at least $500 every month. But recently I had bought a house, so I had some excess money there. So that's why in a few months I was able to add some extra cash, as I'm doing now in November. So instead of put just the 500, I was able to put a bit more, around the $2,000. But I also had some dividend in my account, some money sitting there in my account, that brought this total of money that I had to allocate it to stocks, actually around $5,500 there to add it to dividend stocks. That was the budget, let's say. So my previous position of Realty Income, I had 69 shares with an average price around $52, with a yielding cost around 5.8%, and monthly payment of $17.66, with an annual expectation of annual income of $211. So that was before. So current position of 150 shares, well, average price now went down to 51. I wouldn't cost nearly 6%. To get paid now 38.4 cents per month, and an annual expectation to get $436, nearly $437. And we know that Realty Income has an amazing track record of increasing the dividend for already 30 years, I would say, and every quarter. So I didn't count here the dividend increase. So I would get paid, the expectation to get paid annually would be more than that. And they are solid rock, and I don't see they cutting the dividend anytime soon. It's the type of company, if I believe one REIT will become a dividend king, it's Realty Income. They are already a dividend aristocrat, and I believe they are a very strong candidate to become a dividend king, and I want to be their shareholder when this happens. And after this massive Realty Income acquisition, they're already the largest position in my portfolio by October, and now in November they are more than double the position, and now they are 38% part of my portfolio. And if Realty Income, I start adding Realty Income when they were below $60, where the dividend got to around 5%, a bit above 5%, and I was really happy in adding to my portfolio. So I was happy with Realty Income below $60 a share, and now they are around $50 a share. Of course, I will add more. Of course, I will. And I want to add even more shares of Realty Income. Some people would say you are not doing a very good diversification. You have too much weighting in only one share. I can agree with that to some extent, but the market is cyclical. Now is Realty Income, an awesome dividend stock that is on sale and is a bit rare to happen. So I want to take the opportunity to have a very reliable stock with a very heavy weight in my portfolio. At some point, REITs will catch up. They will go back up in price. And other assets, very good assets, will be on sale because the markets are cyclical. Will happen to other stocks as since I invest, I've been seeing this happening and will happen. And when this happens, I will start to catch up other shares, and this will overall make my portfolio balanced. So I'm not very worried with diversification at this point if I'm investing in very strong and reliable stocks. That's a very important if, yeah, because for all very risky stocks, I think that would be a very different conversation to have. Okay, so after this all acquisitions, basically just by the month of November, I added like around $4,000 on Realty Income, and I still have an excess of that $5,500. I still have an excess of $1,500 to add, and I intended to add in one of other of my stocks here that I will reveal and just in the next video. I highly recommend you to subscribe to the channel so we will follow all my adventure here in the dividend world, because my goal is to retire as early as 10 years. I want to retire as early as possible, and because of that I'll be very aggressive to this goal, and I'm sharing everything about my journey, salary, I share everything. Every month I bring a monthly update. Just to be clear, this is not a November monthly update, it is just a update, but not the whole month update. I'll do that at the end of the month, as I do in every month. I come here and I do a monthly update, okay? So you'll see everything about my salary, YouTube earnings. I don't make money with YouTube yet because the channel is not monetized, but eventually will be. And I highly recommend you to subscribe to the channel so you follow all this journey from now till retirement, okay? And if you're interested to know more about why I'm doing this heavy purchase of Realty Income lately, I recommend you to watch this video here where I talk why I'm buying Realty Income the way I am doing. I do a review about the stocks and my reasonings on it. Okay, I will stay here. Thanks for watching the video. Bye bye.